weeks. That's all I'm saying, guys. The next 3 weeks of General Hospital are looking absolutely insane. From May 25 through June 12, it feels like the writers are setting up one giant explosion where nobody walks away clean. And if you ask me, there are at least 3 people in Port Charles right now who are living on borrowed time. Because the second everybody starts hunting the same target, somebody always ends up dead. And right now, that target is Cullum. Look at the situation closely. Sonny wants him gone. Laura wants him exposed. Nina wants revenge. Brennan wants survival. Even Sidwell may be starting to realize that keeping Cullum around is becoming more dangerous than useful. That's the kind of pressure cooker that never ends peacefully. And honestly, I think Brennan knows that better than anybody. I still can't get over the fact that Brennan may actually strike a deal with Nina after everything that happened between them. I mean, this woman literally injected him with a paralytic drug before. That's not exactly a tiny misunderstanding. But Nina seems ready to spin the whole thing as some kind of mistake, some chaotic accident during a bigger operation. Do I believe her? Absolutely not. But Brennan may not care anymore. Because in Brennan's eyes, Nina is dangerous, but Cullum is catastrophic. That's the difference. Nina wanted leverage. Cullum wants bodies. And I think Brennan finally understands that if he keeps fighting Nina while Cullum keeps moving in the shadows, he's going to lose everything. So now the enemy of my enemy suddenly becomes a temporary ally, at least for now. But here's where things get darker. There are already rumors outside the show that Cullum may not survive this storyline. And honestly, the writing is kind of all over the wall at this point. Too many enemies, too many betrayals, too many people quietly preparing for war. That usually means one thing in soap world. A tragic downfall is coming. Now let's talk about Drew, because somehow this man might actually wake up and flip the entire board over. And I need you guys to pay attention to Willow here, because something feels off. Very off. We know Drew has basically become the victim, caught between Sidwell and Willow's dangerous little game. But suddenly, there are signs that Drew may be recovering sooner than expected. The question is, who helped him? At first, I thought Liz. That would make emotional sense. But the more I think about it, Brennan makes way more sense strategically. Brennan needs loyal people around him once this war against Sidwell and Cullum is over. He already knows Nina and Willow can turn on anybody in a heartbeat. So secretly helping Drew recover could be Brennan building himself a future ally before the dust settles. And if that's true, Willow is in serious trouble. Because I honestly think we're about to get one of those jaw-dropping scenes where Willow walks in carrying another syringe, fully expecting Drew to still be helpless, only for Drew to suddenly grab her wrist mid-injection. Can you imagine that moment? The panic on Willow's face. The realization that the game is over. That would be the exact kind of oh my god cliffhanger this show loves. Meanwhile, Charlotte and Danny may finally catch a break thanks to Valentine stepping in at the last second. But even if they escape immediate danger, emotional chaos is still coming. Because Rocco is finally reaching out. And honestly, this part kind of broke my heart. After disappearing from town, the first person Rocco contacts is Charlotte. Not Lulu, not Dante, Charlotte. That tells you everything. Rocco clearly trusts her more than anybody right now. But there's another layer to this, because Charlotte has grown incredibly close to Danny during all this chaos. And I think Rocco is going to feel that distance immediately. Maybe jealousy isn't the right word, But hurt? Yeah, definitely hurt. Still, I think the reunion between Rocco and Britt is coming fast now. But watch this carefully because I have a feeling Cullum catches up to them right when things seem safest. And if that happens, somebody may step directly into the line of fire to protect Rocco and Britt. Again, this is why I keep saying Cullum's ending feels inevitable. He's pushing against too many people at once, and eventually one of those enemies is going to push back harder. Over with Carly, things are becoming a complete nightmare because she still doesn't know whether Jocelyn is working for the WSB or if her daughter has actually been kidnapped. And Brennan may secretly be responsible for that confusion. I still believe Brennan could be pretending the paralysis is worse than it really is. That gives him the perfect cover to operate quietly while everybody underestimates him. The second he learns Jocelyn is missing, I think he secretly contacts Vaughn and orders a private rescue mission without telling Carly anything. Classic Brennan move. Control the chaos without letting anybody see your hand. But Carly? She's spiraling. And honestly, who wouldn't? A mother knowing her daughter is out there somewhere in danger while nobody tells her the truth? That's brutal. Now, let's get into Sonny and Dante because this part is messy in the best way. Sonny is completely locked in on eliminating the threat against Rocco. No hesitation, no compromise. And surprisingly, Dante may stop fighting him on it. That shocked me. Normally, Dante would push back against Sonny crossing lines, but this time, the situation is personal. Rocco is involved. Evidence against Cullum is nowhere to be found. And technically, the one who committed the crime was Rocco himself. So Dante and Lulu may quietly look the other way while Sonny handles things his own way. That silence, it says everything. Then we have Ethan stepping into Jason's territory. And honestly, guys, this could become Ethan's biggest mistake. There's speculation Ethan may receive his first major assignment taking Cullum out permanently. That's huge. But somehow Cassius finds out, and the second Cassius learns Ethan is moving against Cullum, I think he immediately sends a warning, not because Cassius is loyal, but because survival matters more than loyalty now. Everybody's choosing sides. Everybody's hedging bets. And that's when stories become dangerous. Finally, we need to talk about the secret Ava and Alexis may expose, because this one could destroy Ethan completely. Phoebe being revealed as Ethan's daughter is already explosive enough, but the real horror may be why Ethan hid her all this time. I have a terrible feeling Ethan abused his late ex-wife Delilah, and if that secret comes out publicly, everything changes overnight. Suddenly, Ethan's silence makes sense. Suddenly, his fear makes sense. And suddenly, all the cracks in his behavior start connecting together in the worst possible way. The truly terrifying part? I don't think Ethan realizes how close the truth is to exploding. Because Ava and Alexis seem ready to rip the entire secret into the open. And once that happens, there's no putting the monster back in the box. So, yeah, these next 3 weeks are looking absolutely ruthless. Cullum may be marked for death. Willow may finally get caught. Jocelyn may already be deeper in danger than Carly realizes. And Ethan? Ethan may lose absolutely everything the second his darkest secret finally gets exposed. But the biggest question is this. When the smoke clears in Port Charles, who's still standing?